I'm Scott Pelley. Those stories and more tonight. Hello, my name's Scott Pelley. Alongside me, Governor John Kasich. How you doing? Republican candidate John Kasich. Excuse me there. So tell me a little about yourself. Background. Who is John Kasich?
Well, actually, Scott, I was born in McKee Rocks, Pennsylvania in 1952. Yeah, and I attended The Ohio State University, class of 1974. I got a bachelor's degree in political science. Actually, funny story. When I was a freshman in college, I actually wrote a letter to President Nixon, detailing my concerns about the nation, and I had the president of Ohio State hand deliver it to him. And so I got a 20-minute meeting with President Nixon, for about 20 minutes. So that was pretty interesting. It kind of got me, even more into politics. I've been in politics, ever since I've been out of college. So
very good. So, what are your political experiences, past experiences, future, present?
Well, I started off as a student aide, a Senate aide, and for 3 years, and then I decided to run for myself for District 15 for Ohio and for the state Senate, and I won. I served a 4-year term, and I decided I wanted to go to the U.S. House of Representatives, and I served 9 terms of Congress there. While on Congress, I was on the Armed Forces Board for 16 years, and I was actually head of the House Budget Committee for 6 years, and so there's a lot of past experiences I've had. I've been in Washington, I've seen how it's run, and I feel like it can really help the nation, because of my experiences as in the political field.
Yeah, past experience, that's a big key, and that leads me to my next question. How do you think your past experiences will help you run for president?
Like I said, I know how Washington works. I've been able to compromise throughout my tenure in Congress. I felt like in 2000 it was time for me to step away. So that's why I took a little time off from politics, and then it made me realize, I really do enjoy being a politician. So that's why I ran for governor in 2010 of the 7th largest state in the United States, Ohio. So that was very good for me to understand, just running a state like that. It's very, a lot of different influences there, different cultural backgrounds, and that was what I was very happy with. That I feel like can really help me in the presidency if I'm elected. Also, I was a big architect on the 1997 balanced budget plan that.
My grandma was an architect. That's nice.
It actually was the first time that the budget of the United States was balanced since 1969. So I would play a key role in that. I feel like, with my budget experiencing, I can really help when it comes to deficit spending and other things like that.
Now, a big topic I wanted to bring up next, probably most important, most controversial. So ISIS, you've heard of it, all the abortion. That's the topics that are always brought up about Republicans, what's your views on it. But I want to talk about the police force. If you ask how you handle it, how it should be handled, what's your answer to this?
Well, see, in Ohio, I set up because of the police force, and there was a couple incidences in Ohio that nobody wants to have happen. Mm-hmm. Nobody wants to see happen in any area of the world. So I set up the Ohio Community Police Advisory Board, and what this board does is it reviews policing and officers and how they're trained and their field work. And so already we've had a 15-page write-up on what we should do training-wise to help these officers in the field, so incidents like this don't happen. And it also builds trust between the people of Ohio and the people who are supposed to protect them, which is our police force.
Okay, that's very nice. And so obviously this is a known fact, but you have a book out. Received well around the nation. Just tell me a little bit about that, John.
Well, it's my third book, second book that's actually been on the New York Times bestseller. It's called Every Other Monday.
Okay.
The title is derived from a Bible study I used to go to while in office in Washington, and it was just me and a bunch of other men, with like-minded views about God and other political areas. and it just kind of details, how I came from Ohio, small town in Pennsylvania, and worked my way up through the Ohio State Senate and into the U.S. House of Representatives, and how that's affected me as a family man and a man businessman. So it's a good read. You should check it out.
Yeah, Nancy, get me one. Nancy. All right. Well, thank you for your time today, and appreciate it. A lot of good things, John Kasich here. But one more question I wanted to add: what would you do for this nation as the next president?
A lot of my opposing candidates, they talk about what they would do and how they would make America great again. And I feel like every candidate wants to make America great again. So what I would do is I would really have America look at itself first, because that's what we need to fix right now. We need to fix drugs in our nation, our labor issues. We don't need all these other things like increasing wages for food line workers and stuff like that. So what I would do is I would have America, look in itself. I'd balance our budget, because I can do that. I would make sure, we don't get involved in too much deficit spending. I think actually Obamacare is very good for this nation. I think it really helps out. I just feel like, there should be no mandates in it. And that's what I would do when to help this nation become great again, because America needs to be great first here, so they can go out and help other people around the world and be great for them.
Wow, fantastic stuff there by John Kasich. And Dateline next. Thank you, John Kasich.
Thank you.